9 a.m. Monday morning. My name is Rachel Savage, and I'm streaming live from Rebel Saints Meditation Society in Seattle for Against the Stream Meditation Center in LA. And this is the Monday morning meditation. So I'll give a little talk, short talk, and guide you all in some meditation practice. This is the I don't like Mondays metta practice. Yes, here we are again, Monday morning. So welcome, and I think that, I personally don't really like Mondays either. I want the weekend to last, and, here we are. So I think it's a good way to start the week, to start the day, really, to try to generate this friendliness. Metta can be described as an unconditional friendliness, a kind regard, to attempt to face whatever it is we have to face on Monday with openness and a kindness and friendliness. And if you're anything like me, this does not come naturally. I have to train. The default of my mind is not necessarily friendly, especially with whatever is unpleasant that we might have to encounter or do. And all of us have unpleasant chores and duties and stuff we have to deal with. Everybody's got to wash the dishes. Everybody's got to do laundry. Everybody's got to clean stuff. Everybody's got to deal with hassles and computer passwords. How many of those do you have? Right? We all have to deal with stuff we don't like. This is the Buddha's first noble truth. Life is difficult. Life contains difficulty, which is having to be met with what we don't like. Even when we sit in meditation, when we sit still and we're not even doing anything, we're just sitting. It's not like we're inviting difficulty. We're inviting things we don't like to happen to us. They just do. Even when we sit here. Discomfort comes. Thoughts that we don't want come. Worries, fears, doubts, pain in the body, heartache, loneliness. It just comes. So this is our reality, that this is going to come no matter what we do, no matter how much we try to avoid it or set up conditions so we don't feel or have to encounter anything we don't like. It's just impossible. And once we can accept that and know that for ourselves, things start getting a lot better, actually. So often this happens, people ask me, or they discover in their practice, and they'll ask about with mindfulness. I had a teacher say that present time awareness doesn't always equal pleasant time awareness, that just because we're meditating on mindfulness, it can be a rude awakening when we start to turn towards what's happening because of this truth that what we don't like just comes. That when we start practicing mindfulness, we think, oh, I'm going to get free and it's going to be blissful, man. I'm going to be relaxed and my mind's going to be empty and all this. That doesn't happen with mindfulness practice. Of course, there's some pleasurable experiences with mindfulness practice because we're becoming aware of what's also pleasant and also what feels good and what we like. So that happens. But of course, it's everything. It's mindfulness of everything, which means we become aware of what's unpleasant and what we don't like. So this metta practice is our training in how do we respond to what we don't like, what's difficult, what's annoying, what's challenging, without suffering about it. without making it worse. This is what we actually have the power to do. It takes training, though. It takes effort. It takes a constant training to rewire our reactivity to a response that beholds what's happening with a attitude of kindness and friendliness. So this takes time, and this is why we continually do a practice like this. So this morning, I've been going through these different categories of developing metta toward different categories of people. And today, all you bodhisattvas, this is the day you've been waiting for. We're going all beings today. All beings. Everybody's included, even you. So I'll read a little bit from the Metta Sutta where the Buddha gives these instructions. All right, here's what it says. Wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none. The great or the mighty, medium, short or small. So whenever I read that, in my mind, I think, even the shorties. The seen and the unseen. Those living near and far away. Those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all beings. All right, here's the instructions we'll practice today. Radiating kindness over the entire world. I know some of you guys have been waiting for this. Spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths. Outwards and unbounded. So we're going big today. All beings. Everyone. No one is omitted in this practice this morning of friendliness. So this includes everybody. This includes the people we don't like, the people we like, all the people that we don't notice and ignore. Here you can also practice with animals if you want, all beings. The beings in the ocean, the beings on the land, the beings in the air. Everyone. And this practice can help us to expand our mind. We get a sense when we start to send kindness outwards in this big way over the whole world, we can get this sense of how vast our mind is, how big the capacity. And this is in the Mahayana tradition, this is the Bodhisattva's wish, to attain liberation for all beings. So in the Hinayana tradition, which is what we're practicing, it's a wish to attain liberation, to free ourselves from suffering. And it's really the initial scope and the initial practice in the Mahayana. The foundation for Mahayana Buddhism is Hinayana Buddhism. And it's true, I believe, that we must liberate ourselves or be on the path to liberating ourselves to be able to hope to help others. If I'm so deluded and reactive and suffering, I can't really help anyone. My first teacher used to say, it's like babies trying to help babies. If we don't have anything, if we can't even take care of ourselves, it's like babies trying to help babies. I think it's just a funny thing to think about, to visualize a baby trying to help another baby. So we take care of ourselves, we learn to have kindness towards ourselves, and at the same time, as well as we're doing this Hinayana training, this initial scope, we can start to also have this idea of the Bodhisattva motivation is one that's bound for enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. So it's for the benefit of self, but also for the benefit of others. So my sense this morning is that I think hopefully, I think collectively that we've probably been thinking about others lately with this coronavirus. I think people are thinking about their communities, their cities, their towns, their states, their country, the world, about how people are suffering from this virus all over the world. I think it has been hopefully turning our attention towards others in a real way, in a response to what's actually happening. So in the Metta Sutta it says those are born that are to be born and those who are dying. And there's people dying right now. There's always people dying. In particular, there's people dying from this virus. So the stat that I heard yesterday, just in the USA, in the United States, 2,900 people died in 24 hours. 2,900 people died of the coronavirus in the United States in 24 hours. And as we know, this affects the person that's dying, of course, right? They've died. And then it also affects their family, their people who know them. This is like this effect. And at the very least, this attitude that we're cultivating of friendliness, of metta, of kindness, that we can, of course, we may have compassion, which is like metta, this caring in the face of pain. At the very least, having some friendliness, some kindness, some feeling of movement when we think about others that are going through this stuff. And for most of us, naturally, this will come. It softens our heart a bit. So everyone today in the meditation practice, I'm going to invite you to do a visualization. So sometimes we repeat phrases. And today I'll offer some phrases. Mainly we'll do a visualization practice of radiating, taking these instructions from the Metta Sutta, of radiating kindness to all beings. And especially if we want to radiate some kindness for those of us, and really everyone is touched by this virus, but those of us and those people that are really going through it. Radiating kindness. This might just come very spontaneously and naturally. We think about these different categories of beings. All right. So let's practice together. Go ahead and find your meditation posture. Sitting in a chair or on your couch, on a cushion. And we'll begin with the sound of the bell. Gently close your eyes, let your hands rest on your lap, on your knees. And allow yourself to arrive here on your seat this morning. And release any tension that you find in the body. Bring your awareness inward. Soften the forehead and the eyes, jaw. Relax the throat and the chest. Soften your shoulders. And relax and soften your belly. And let yourself be supported by the seat that you're on. And spend a little bit of time on your breathing, focusing attention either at the nose or the belly, breathing in, breathing out, knowing that you're breathing. And whatever's happening, whether it's external sounds, internal thoughts and feelings, just letting everything be and returning attention to breathing. And now we can bring to mind all beings. All beings everywhere. All people. People in our neighborhood, in our city. People in our country and in the world. We're calling the Metta Sutta, all beings omitting none. Those born and to be born, those who are dying, all sizes. Normally, we can practice this metta, this friendliness, through repeating meditative phrases in our mind. May you be happy. May you be at ease. May you be free from suffering. So you're welcome to repeat these phrases if you like. May you be happy. May you be at ease. May you be free from suffering. And this morning, I also invite you to visualize this friendly intention that you're radiating this friendliness, this goodwill, kindness in all directions to all beings. And use the phrases if it helps to generate the feeling. And if you get in touch with that feeling, radiate. You can imagine that it's light coming out of your heart, coming out of your body. Outward and unbounded. All beings includes the animals, insects, all beings. And for some of us, it's easier to feel friendly and a sense of kindness toward animals. And so this can be helpful to get this going in regard to animals, these helpless creatures. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at ease. May all beings be free from suffering. Now, if you've been sending and radiating this kindness to animals, and it's helped you to generate some of this mind, this attitude, now switch back and include humans. Both humans and animals. All beings. Radiating this wish for ease. For all beings, omitting none. And here toward the end of our meditation this morning, in particular, sending some loving kindness, metta, to everyone who's affected by this coronavirus, in all the ways that we're affected. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed and helpless to do anything. But we can do this. We can radiate good wishes. We can just think of everyone who's meditating right now, around the country, around the world, radiating this loving kindness, directing that energy towards those affected. Maybe at ease. Maybe free from suffering. Sending these good wishes out is doing something. And just continue this practice until you hear the sound of the bell for the last few minutes. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at ease. May all beings be free from suffering. All right, all you bodhisattvas, go forth. My encouragement today is to keep the radiating going, man. Keep it going. Anytime we think of anyone, even if whoever we see, radiating this friendliness, trying to keep this going, this attitude. And if the phrases help, if you see people, encounter people, think of people, beings, you can just say, oh, may you be happy. May you be at ease. Cultivating this attitude, we can cultivate this attitude even out of sitting meditation. We can cultivate this attitude in activities. So try it on today, see how it goes, and I will see you tomorrow night, mindfulness. Tomorrow night I'll be offering some reflections on mindfulness of the mind, the third foundation of mindfulness. So Tuesday nights, 7:30 Pacific time, and you're welcome to come to the talks, the meditations all week long. We're here to support you and support each other in this time and always cultivating the practice of suffering less. So please join us if you can, and you can watch later as well if you can't make it at the times we're broadcasting. So, okay, let me think. Announcements. Show up. That's my main encouragement. And I will see you tomorrow night. Oh, Metta, or Donna. I got to do the Donna announcement. Joseph just gave me that. So I forgot. Okay, Donna. We offer these teachings and instructions and meditations freely in the tradition of the Buddha. And in that same tradition, the community supports the teachers and the monasteries and the places that we practice. So our modern day monasteries for householders is Rebel Saints Meditation Society in Seattle and Against the Stream Meditation Center in Los Angeles. So I'm streaming on Against the Stream, and please offer Donna if you can. Of course, you're always welcome. If you don't have funds right now, I know a lot of people don't. That's okay. Those of you who do, there are people who are still doing all right. Please consider donating and maybe a little extra to help support those who can't. If you're local to Seattle, please offer Donna locally to Rebel Saints Meditation Society. You can donate on rebelsaintsmeditationsociety.com. Know that we're paying the rent to keep our center alive until we can all meet again in person. And then if you're anywhere else, please donate to Against the Stream Meditation Center. And I'm sure there's a link on the cast for you to be able to donate, or Against the Stream meditationcenter.com. And please consider donating if you can. Be generous if you can. It's much appreciated and definitely helpful. All right, that's it. Go forth on Monday. Hopefully you're hating it a little less. See you later.